Yeah, late ill kid at one young soul, holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today we got another wonderful episode of Eats with Geeks, and I'm here with my girl,
Chef Ivana.
Yo, it is so good to be back here.
Yes.
This is the season finale.
Woo!
Yo, man, it's a short season. It's like FX or something, but we're gonna bring it. We've been having a lot of fun, cooking good stuff, eating good stuff, talking about cool stuff. Yep. So today we're going to be talking about retro cartoons. But First up, what are we eating today?
Today we are going to be making scratch-made turkey meatballs two ways.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I'm going to get up out your way so she can do her thing because brother loves some meatballs.
You gotta love the meatballs, and these are turkey, so you don't gotta feel bad about them. Nice and healthy for you.
Why you hating on the chicken though?
Look,
what about duck meatballs?
You can do the duck. You can do the duck.
Can you do duck meatballs?
You can do the duck. I actually had some shrimp and pork meatballs the other day, so you can.
You know that. See, keep watching. You learn some stuff.
Look, I'm trying to show y'all. I'm trying to put y'all on.
Well, let's do this.
Let's do it.
NERDSoul.
Alright, so we are doing scratch-made turkey meatballs two ways. So what we're going to be doing first is getting our actual meatballs together. Now, you can go and buy meatballs at the store and basically do the same recipe, but this is just a good way and a good recipe to have in your cooking portfolio, your cooking arsenal. Once you know how to make the meatballs, and you'll see how quick it is and how easy it is. Once you know how to make the meatballs, you can adapt them to a number of different recipes. So if you're doing an Italian dish, you can use some Italian seasonings. You're doing something more Mediterranean. You're doing something more Asian inspired. Whatever kind of the flavor profile is, you can adjust these turkey meatballs once you know the basic recipe. So first, we're just going to go ahead and get our hands dirty by getting into the meat. All right, so let's get messy, let's get meaty. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our ground turkey. We got Zaki Farms lean ground turkey, 93% lean, 7% fat, and 100% natural. So just in case that was important to you, that's here. You can just get any brand of ground turkey. For this recipe, you need a pound. So as long as it's a pound, it doesn't matter. You could also use ground chicken or ground beef and do about the same thing. So we got our ground turkey here. Now we're going to want to add a quick mix. And what this is going to consist of will be our breadcrumbs, our pepper, and salt. All right, so we got our meat here, and we're going to make a quick mix of breadcrumbs, black pepper, and salt. So we need half a cup of breadcrumbs. So we're gonna go ahead, pour that out, measure that out. Let me see, about half a cup. All right, and this gives your meatball some body. All right, so we got about half a cup. Then we're gonna go ahead and add half a teaspoon of this cracked pepper. So go ahead and open on this side. Roughly about half a teaspoon. Can use that to level up. So it's roughly about this much. Not a whole lot, but about that much. And the same amount of salt you want to use. So just about half a teaspoon. It's about that amount. Can always be more precise, but in my experience, it's pretty good enough. So we're gonna go ahead and toss this with our meat, like so. And the one ingredient we forgot to show you guys earlier was just this egg. Just one egg. And go ahead and crack that in the bowl as well. Then you wanna just gently combine your mixture. Seems kind of weird at first, but it will form a nice pasty mixture. You can also use your hands. Here I'm just showing you guys how to do it with a kitchen utensil or mixing utensil. But you can always use your hands. You are gonna get a little meaty regardless of if you use your hands or not. So we just wanna combine this. All right, so when you're done combining your meatball mixture, it'll kind of look like this. Just meat. Meat kind of mashed up. And it'll bake away if you have any kind of like residual pieces of breadcrumbs or anything. Don't worry about it, it'll be fine in a second. But this is our mixture that we're gonna be working with. We made our meaty mixture, pow. Now we're going to scoop them into little balls that become our meatballs. So this is a 1-inch scooper. You can get it anywhere, any grocery store, Smart and Final, any chef supply store. This is about 1 inch and it's a pretty good size for your meatball. So what you wanna do is just scoop in your meat mixture and make sure your scoop is like level. That will be the difference between you making the amount of meatballs you thought you were gonna make and like 2. So if they're all like crazy and you don't kind of level them out, then you're not gonna get any consistency in the size. But you wanna make sure your scoop is level. So you're gonna just continue to do the same way. You should get about 24 to 25 scoops. So let's make sure it's level. And there's your ball. And you're just gonna keep going until if you have a little extra, you can always just pull that away. It's the good thing about the scoop, it puts the precision in there for you without you having to try too hard for it. All right. We are gonna move them at some point in time or check on them while they're in the oven. So you just wanna give them enough space to breathe and be able to maneuver around them easily. All right, so we got our meatballs already. We got 24 this time. And we used our scooper, leveled it off, scooped the babies off, and they are ready to go in the oven. So we're gonna put them in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes, just making sure that we're close by to make sure that everything looks good. But we like them to have a nice crisp to them. You can, basically they're cooked once the meatballs are golden brown and you're no longer seeing pink. We like to make them a little bit crispier because they're gonna get tossed in a sauce at the end. So you want them to have some stability to be able to stand up to that. If you don't cook them long enough, it might get soft and kind of like break away and not really be a meatball anymore. So we're gonna put them on for 15 minutes and check them out about halfway just to make sure they're looking good. So stay tuned. We got our meatballs out of the oven. They got a nice brown crisp to them. I told you, you could cook them a little bit less or a little bit more, but we like there to be kind of a nice little crispiness. Gives a little nice texture to it. We let them cool for about 15-ish minutes. They cooked for about 15 to 20 minutes in our oven, getting a little flip about 15 minutes in. And now they are ready to toss. So we're going to do it the first of our 2 ways first, which is our sweet and spicy version that we're gonna make. So this is really easy because the sauce, it's called orange sauce, and it's the same sauce that they actually use for orange chicken at Panda Express. You can buy it at any supermarket. They sell it at Smart and Final, they sell it at Food for Less, Ralph's. It comes in a bottle, and that favorite sauce that you love tastes good on so many things, including these meatballs. So now we're gonna go ahead and toss it with that sauce. So we got our sweet and spicy sauce here. This is the orange sauce. It's spicy, it's sweet, it has a little tanginess to it and all the flavor that you need without adding anything additional. So got our meatballs here. We're gonna just pour it to the side because we don't wanna injure our meatballs. So we got our meatballs here with our sauce. It's always good to start off with less and just add more if you need to. But it's nice if you have a plastic utensil to be able to use to toss these, just so it's not too rough and you don't want to puncture or slice your meatballs. But you're just gonna gently just take your utensil and toss it around. Toss your meatballs around to get them coated evenly in the sauce. The key here is to use something big enough to be able to toss in, because if you use a container that's too small, you don't really have a lot of room to shake or move. But as you can see, there's not a whole lot of work here. Half of it is just kind of tossing the coat. Again, you can always add more sauce, but you don't want to sogify your meatballs either. So this is a good place for us. They're nice and coated. So we're gonna get them on a plate and make them look pretty. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get these babies on a plate, looking pretty. So these are some bamboo skewers that I bought from Chef's Toys. They have them around those locations at that store spread out across LA, but you can get them at any kind of store. Food for Less will have regular bamboo skewers. This is just kind of going back to that presentation. It's a simple recipe, but if you have a skewer that has a little curl at the end, then it automatically looks more fancy or like more expensive or something, and you really didn't spend that much more time or funds. So these were originally 7 inches. We just cut them in half for this recipe. So sometimes you can improvise. If you can't find what you like in the right size, just adjust it. It took 5 minutes to clip these down. So we're actually gonna use these to go ahead and pierce the meatball just to keep it neat. And we're gonna put it on a plate. So put you in the middle. And we're just gonna go ahead and pierce all of our meatballs and stick them on the plate together. All right, so we went ahead and pierced our meatballs with our fancy little skewers. You see they're here. And now we're gonna add our final touch. It's a little bit of sesame seeds. All right. Give our meatballs a little color. And voila, we got our meatballs. Asian inspired, sweet and spicy meatballs. Ready to go, ready to party. All right, so we did our sweet and spicy meatballs, got those out of the way. Now we're gonna go ahead and finish off our brown sugar barbecue turkey meatballs. So we got turkey meatballs here. We got some Sweet Baby Ray's yummy barbecue sauce. Brands are important sometimes. In this case, if you want it to taste like how this recipe will, I would strongly suggest Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. If I'm not scratch making a barbecue sauce, that's my favorite barbecue sauce to use. I don't know who made it, but they got it right. So it has everything you need in it. And then just a little bit of brown sugar. So what we're gonna do is, just like how we did with the sweet and spicy, put our sauce a little bit off to the side so as to not damage our little meatball friends down here. All right, again, we can always add more sauce later if we need to. And then we're just gonna go ahead and add about like this full. That's more than a pinch. It's like a hand pinch. I don't know. But like this, like if you think about like this, like the Salt Bay, like that amount, like that. So you wanna go ahead and just dust it on your barbecue sauce here. It's gonna give your meatballs a really nice sweet and smoky flavor. All right, but same way. Just going ahead and gently tossing your meatballs around in that sauce. So we got them all tossed and ready to puncture, plate, and garnish. Boom. So there you have it. We're going to go ahead and just add some fresh parsley as our garnish for our brown sugar barbecue meatballs. I think. All right. So add a little color pop. But there you go. Got our barbecue brown sugar turkey meatballs.
All right, so we got it done.
We got it done.
We finished it.
Benito.
It's done. It's finished.
Done.
We're over. We out of here.
Done. Deuces.
All right, so it smells good.
Okay.
You did your thing.
I tried.
We meatballed it up.
I tried.
Which one should I try first?
I mean, are you in a spicy mood?
Let's go spicy. Let's go
All
spicy.
right,
I like my spicy.
All right,
Which
let's go
one?
spicy. So this guy
All
right here.
Let me see. All right. Guys, if this is whack, I'm going to let you know. It better not be whack. It is spicy.
Okay.
Sweeter than I thought it would be.
Okay.
But this is on point.
All right.
I eat about 100 of these.
All right. These little bad boys.
It's like enough spice that like normal people that don't like spicy food could like take it.
Okay.
But then like okay enough for me. I'm like, oh, a little spicy.
Ah!
You're not gonna like run for the water.
No, you're not.
But it's like a nice little like tinge.
It's a sweet heat.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that. All right. So what else we got?
So we also have here our brown sugar barbecue meatballs.
Are they good though?
I mean, I could
Which
be
one do you
biased.
think are better?
I like them both.
All right. Let's see. We got. All right, and you put brown sugar in it.
There is brown sugar.
Shouts out to Richmond. Shouts out to D'Angelo. Brown sugar.
D'Angelo. What's up?
Get high off your love.
Hey, brown sugar right
this
here.
This ain't the same brown sugar, but it ain't gonna get high off this. I mean, you probably could get high off this.
Hey. Is that good? Hey.
I like these better.
Okay.
And it's kind of spicy too.
Okay.
This one has a longer heat,
Okay.
but it's not. It's still you're still not running for the water.
Okay.
But I think this has like a longer heat.
Okay.
Like this has like a cool spice. This has like that barbecue spice.
Okay.
Get high off your love.
All right.
This is what's up. So guys, of course, meatballs is mad easy. You saw it. You got an oven. You got sticks. All right. Then go make a meatball, and then you can check us, and we can talk about retro cartoons. So what's one of your favorites? Yeah.
One of my favorite retro cartoons. I mean, how retro are we trying to go?
Like let's say 80s, 70s, something like that.
Ooh, 80s, 70s. I mean,
Like you a Jim fan?
oh, who?
Jim and the Holograms?
Ooh, Jim. Me and Jim really didn't spend a lot of time together.
See, guys, y'all stay tuned because we're going to get into that.
We're about to get into this. Let's go.
Oh, boy. Peace. Yeah, that's right. We just checked out some tasty, the illest meatballs on them streets.
The Ellis.
The illest on them streets. But now we're going to get into cartoons. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about cartoons. You talked about cartoons. We've gone top 5 lists, all that. So I wanted to know, really quick, what are some of the favorite cartoons that you had coming up? Like, I know you had to watch some. When you were coming up, what were your shows that you liked?
When I was coming up, one Saturday morning used to come on Channel 7, I think. And that lineup.
One Saturday morning.
Do you remember one Saturday morning?
Man, it's technically still comes on now.
Does it? Okay, it was like Pepper Ann and like Recess. And
Recess is popping though.
Okay, the Weekenders, like Doug when they went to like middle school. I mean, not middle school, like high school. Because remember there was like Doug in middle school. That was like regular Doug, but then like Doug when he glowed up and like Patty glowed up. Like Saturday mornings, like live for Saturday mornings. Rugrats.
Okay.
Hey Arnold.
Rugrats. All right, cool. So I give you props for the Hey Arnold.
Okay.
But one Saturday morning, wow.
I mean, like, think about it. You know, you go to school all week.
Yeah.
All right. You don't have time to really watch cartoons in the morning before you go to school. So Saturday is the one day that you get to sleep in and kind of do what you want to do that day. And so you want to turn on the TV, get your bowl of cereal, in your pajamas.
Unless your mom is like volunteering you to do stuff at, you know, wherever it is,
Which
church
happens.
Or something, she gonna make you do something.
Which will happen.
But I mean, I'll give you that. You know, you got Rugrats, Hey Arnold, cool.
Yes.
That's pop. So, all right, speaking about school, before school, I remember they used to have, guys, don't judge me because it is classic. Sailor Moon used to come on.
Yes, Sailor Moon.
Mad early in the morning. Like before you get on the bus, like Sailor Moon used to be on. And I don't know what it was, man. Tuxedo Mask was sweet.
Her ponytails was popping.
Yo, she had the illest ponytail.
And her ponytail was swanging.
Yo, and like, it's so luxurious too. It's like, you know what? I would love to see like a mock ad with like, you know, her and like, I don't know, some kind of herbal essence or something. When she's like changing into her and she's like,
man, she had some crop on her.
Yo, and then after school, I remember Batman the Animated Series. You had Gargoyles, that was dope.
Oh, Gargoyles, dang.
Yeah, Gargoyles
yes.
was my jam. And then earlier than that, you had like Transformers. I really love that.
Okay.
G.I. Joe.
Okay.
I love G.I. Joe.
Classic.
I'm trying to think of something else. Exo Squad was really good. That was like one that was like really niche. And like hardly anybody saw it, but you had like Pirates of Dark Water. But then you also had Turtles. Had Ninja Turtles.
I love the Turtles.
They were dope. Let's see, what else? Were you ever into Care Bears?
I like the Care Bears. They were cute.
I didn't like the Care Bears show.
But
the Care Bear movie?
I didn't see the movie.
Yo, the Care Bear movie, there's a Care Bear movie, that joint is sweet. And like, they do this Care Bear stare, so they all get together. All their hearts, they like hit you with like love. And it's just like, they just all just like, and they fight hate. And it's like, it's like, it's what you need to do now.
Yes.
Like, if we can all just lock arms and be like,
right.
and like all our heart just, and just
right. I mean, it's kind of like a different version of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's sort of like, you know, just, and then the love hits the dude, and like all the darkness goes away.
I mean, that's kind of the premise.
He's a nice guy after that.
Wonder Woman was, you know, trying to fight, you know, hate with love and showing humanity and, you know.
And sometimes
and
you gotta beat people up. In love.
Sometimes you just might need to get smacked because you're loved. Being smacked means that you're loved. Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes.
Let's see what else we got. X-Men was cool.
Okay.
I remember X-Men being cool. The 90s X-Men, the other ones like X-Men, the Wolverine and the X-Men, never really got into it. Okay. But the Spider-Man from the 90s.
Okay,
that was fun. But Spectacular Spider-Man was probably my favorite. But yeah, back then when I was little, those were the ones that kind of like really did it for me. Were like the X-Men cartoon, Batman cartoon, and of course like Transformers and G.I. Joe will always be there. Were you ever into Thundercats or Voltron?
You know, not too much.
All right, what about? I know we said before, but never Jim and the Holograms. Never.
I
mean, she had some good songs, man.
I mean, let me school me, please. School me on her.
Okay, well, all right. Jim and the Holograms. She's like a regular girl.
Okay.
All right, Jim. She's like a regular girl, regular girl. I think her dad was super rich or something like that. And like made her, I don't know how she turned into Jim, but she turns into Jim like when she's doing her superpower thing.
Okay.
And she can like perform. But her dad made her like these holograms or something that sing and dance with her. But they're like real people.
I remember that.
But they're like real people, but they're like holograms at the same time.
Okay.
But they're great. And I mean, I know I'm probably messing up all of the lore because I barely remember it. I mean, but they were cool. They were like these holograms. They like made up. They were like her friends, but they could also sing real good.
Okay. Fake friends.
I'm not helping. The show.
It sounds. I mean, I would like a hologram as a friend.
Yeah, like because they were like really good singers, and she made great songs. And I remember there was like this other record company that was like a hater. Like dude was like a hater. He was trying to like take her. I don't know. Take her songs or something like that. I can't remember. He was like trying to take her publishing.
Early days of piracy.
Yeah, it was like trying to take a publishing or something. I can't remember. It's like he was like the Barry Gordy of the show. No, I'm just playing. No diss.
Hey.
But I know. Everybody at Motown watches this show.
I mean, you know.
So, you know what I'm saying? We talked about Care Bears.
We did.
Talked about Jim.
Yes.
We talked about One Saturday Morning.
Talked about Sailor Moon.
Yeah, talked about her hair was sweet.
All the swag.
So, we got a question for the folks out there.
Yes.
I'll let you go first. Is there a question? Is there a cartoon related question that you got? Like maybe who's their favorite character or who what if they could make a cartoon or something? Like what would you got? What you got?
Let's just keep it, let's keep it simple and sweet. what is your favorite, or what was your favorite childhood cartoon that you remember watching on Saturday?
Okay,
Not
so Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning only.
Saturday
okay.
morning only. So
Okay.
I don't know if you were tuned into Channel 7, you were watching one Saturday
Okay.
morning. Maybe you were on Cartoon Network, you were checking
Okay.
out some Tom and Jerry or something like that. I want to know.
All right.
That's what I want to know.
Okay, and mine is, I'll go in and ask, let's say, okay, of Saturday morning cartoons, what characters did you ship? Like, which ones did you want to get together that never got together? Go on and jump down in the comments. Holla at us. We gonna holla at you. But what characters did you always want to get together?
Did Doug and Patty get together ever?
I don't know.
Like, did they ever,
Guys,
like, for real?
Yeah, guys, let us know in the comments. Did Doug
know.
did Doug ever get Doug? I think Doug was just like doo. That was it. He ain't never
Bye,
get no
Doug.
love.
Doug wasn't
Doug
ready.
was trying, man. But Doug grew up and probably became like a successful millionaire or something.
I mean, look, we want to know.
So
I need to know.
who do you ship in cartoons? Throw them down below, but they have to be the old school cartoons. Don't be telling me something about a cartoon in Dragon Ball Super or something like that. Let me know. It had to be Saturday morning. And who did you ship? Who did you want to get together and marry and have kids and sell insurance and stuff? I don't know. Go in like a real estate or something like
Somebody
that.
got to sell insurance.
Yeah, somebody got to sell.
Hey, it's important.
So, of course, where can the wonderful people find you online?
You wonderful, beautiful people can find me at www.iwantdaintydelights.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Dainty Delights by Ivana, Instagram, Dainty Delights by Ivana. Everything is there, and we are waiting to delight you.
Cool. That's what's up. And you can find me at NERDSoul.com. That's right. You can check me out all the videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then pick yourself up a shirt at shop.thatnerdsoul.com. And that's right. You, a player, and for your sisters, a playette.
Okay.
Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There's no better way I can tell people that you like what you are watching. And of course, my shout outs go to LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And make yourself some meatballs. All right? Make yourself some meatballs. You're going to enjoy it. You can put meatballs in a by themselves, put it with some rice, put meatballs in a sub. You can put meatballs. You do whatever you want to do with meatballs. All right? It's a very versatile meat. All right? So it's all you need. So, hey, that's us to you.
Hey, that's
Much
it.
love. Peace.